Dear students, in this lecture we will prove some results on limit superior and limit inferior. Let us begin with first result, which we take it as a theorem. If Sn n is equal to 1 to infinity is convergent sequence of real numbers then limit superior of Sn equals to limit of Sn. Proof. So if sequence is convergent, then limit superior equals to limit of sequence. In order to prove this result, let us define for each n belongs to I, define capital Mn as LUB of the set Sn, Sn plus 1, Sn plus 2 and so on. So it is LUB of this infinite set which consists of all terms onwards Sn. Since sequence Sn is convergent, the sequence Mn, we have seen this while defining limit superior and inferior. The sequence Mn n is equal to 1 to infinity is bounded. It is bounded. Means this sequence is convergent. Note that Mn is a monotone sequence. In fact, it is non-increasing sequence, and if it is bounded, then we define limit superior of Sn as limit of Mn. And this limit exists finitely because it is monotone and bounded. So it is convergent. Hence this limit of Mn as n tends to infinity exists finitely because it is bounded. So this is first result. This is our first result or first statement. Take L is equal to limit of Sn. L is equal to limit of Sn. Then, and let us say epsilon is any positive real number. Take epsilon as arbitrary positive real number. then there is n belongs to I. By definition of limit of a sequence, we can say that there is n belongs to I such that n is greater equal to n implies that distance between Sn and L is less than epsilon. Distance between Sn and L is less than epsilon. This implies that if n is greater equal to n, then L minus epsilon is less than Sn is less than L plus epsilon. So we are using a simple result that if mod x minus c is less than delta, then x lies between c minus delta and c plus delta. So this simple result we are using in deducting this step from this statement. So L minus epsilon is less than Sn is less than L plus epsilon whenever n is greater equal to n. This further implies that L minus epsilon is less than Sn, Sn plus 1, Sn plus 2 and so on. So what is meaning of this statement? The meaning of this statement is that if n is greater equal to n, then Sn lies between L minus epsilon and L plus epsilon. So for which n this is true? N equal to n this is true, n equal to n plus 1 this is true, n equal to n plus 2 this is true. So that's what we are simplifying here. This is second statement. From 1 and 2, or let me say from second, that is this step itself, from second we can write that L minus epsilon is lower bound and L plus epsilon is upper bound of the set Sn plus 1, Sn plus 2 and so on whenever n is greater equal to n. Hence we have now we will use very simple concept of for bounded sets. Lower bound is always less equal to greatest lower bound. Greatest lower bound is always less equal to least upper bound, and least upper bound is always less equal to upper bound for any bounded set. So this is a bounded set because sequence is convergent, so it is bounded, and this is also a bounded set. So here what is lower bound? Lower bound is L minus epsilon. What is upper bound? Upper bound is L plus epsilon. What is least upper bound? It is Mn. So if you carefully go through this, then you will get the next step. I am repeating the relation. Lower bound is less equal to greatest lower bound is less equal to least upper bound is less equal to upper bound. So lower bound is L minus epsilon, least upper bound is Mn, and upper bound is L plus epsilon. For which set? For this set, whenever n is greater or equal to n. So with this understanding, we can now easily write that n is greater or equal to n implies lower bound, that is L minus epsilon, is less than the greatest lower is less than least upper bound, and least upper bound is less than upper bound L plus epsilon. It is strictly less than, hence I can write strictly less than here as well. So it is actually a number less than lower bound, so I can say lower bound, it is least upper bound and it is upper bound. So with this, what can I write? This implies that this further implies that n is greater or equal to n implies mod Mn minus L is less than epsilon. So for every epsilon greater than 0, there is n belongs to I such that mod Mn minus L is less than epsilon whenever n is greater or equal to n. Hence, by definition of, so I will say thus for every epsilon we have proved this. Hence, by definition of convergence of a sequence, or by definition of limit of a sequence, we can write limit of Mn is L, but from first limit of Mn is nothing but limit of supremum of Sn, limit of supremum of Sn, which is equal to limit of what is L? Recall that L is limit of Sn. So limit of Sn. Thus, we have proved the result that if Sn is convergent sequence, then its limit superior equals to its limit. Limit superior of Sn equals to limit of Sn. Now, there is a similar result for limit inferior, which you can guess. Let me write this as, if Sn is convergent sequence of real numbers, then limit inferior of Sn equals to limit of Sn. This is a similar statement and proof is going to be similar. So let me modify the proof here. Instead of LUB, here we will define small mn as GLB. Capital M we use for supremum and small m we use for infimum. So small mn equals to GLB of this set. Since the sequence is convergent, the sequence small mn is bounded. Note that sequence Mn is already a monotone. In fact, it is non-decreasing and it is bounded. Every monotone and bounded sequence is convergent. By definition of limit inferior, we can write limit of inferior of Sn as n tends to infinity equals to limit of small mn. So this is our first statement. The next part is somewhat similar. We take L as limit of sequence Sn, epsilon greater than 0. We write this that if n is greater than or equal to n, then L minus epsilon is less than Sn is less than L plus epsilon, and so on. So the same statement is going to hold here. Now, here there is a change. Here we are going to use the result that same result which I have stated earlier. For any bounded set, it is always true that lower bound is always less equal to greatest lower bound. Greatest lower bound is always less equal to least upper bound. Least upper bound is always less equal to upper bound. So this result I am going to use. Now here, what is lower bound? It is L minus epsilon. What is greatest lower bound? It is small mn. What is upper bound? It is L plus epsilon. So lower bound is L minus epsilon, greatest lower bound is small mn, and upper bound is L plus epsilon. Okay, and this holds whenever n is greater or equal to n. So I'll write it in the as n is greater or equal to n implies L minus epsilon is less than mn is less than L plus epsilon. I repeat, L minus epsilon is lower bound, mn is greatest lower bound, and L plus epsilon is upper bound. Okay. So with this understanding, we are now in a position to finish off with this result, that is n is greater or equal to n implies mod small mn minus L is less than epsilon. Again here small mn minus L, with these changes this is going to be small mn, and from first limit of mn is nothing but limit inferior, so this is going to be limit inferior of Sn, and L equals to limit of Sn. So we proved that if Sn is convergent sequence of real numbers, then limit inferior of Sn equals to limit of Sn. We proved two results in this lecture, and we can have a new theorem by combining these two results. So if then we can write, by combining the previous two theorems, we can write limit inferior of Sn equals to limit superior of Sn, and that equals to limit of Sn. So this is true when Sn is convergent sequence. Okay. In next lecture, we will prove converse of this result. Okay. Thank you.